Yeah, it's doing it. Frank has the big hat on today. It's not an illusion, folks. It's a trip. Hi, welcome to JHM Spotlight, the last one of the year, kids. The last one of the year. We are here to talk about what happened in Port Charles. Not much. But we'll talk about that a little bit. Like, oh, these have been some painful weeks for our soap opera. But we're here to talk about that with you guys. And thank you for joining us today. Frank, how you doing?
Finding, myself, it's my head is shrinking, I guess.
That's what it feels like. Your head is shrinking. I don't know what's going on there.
Um,
Quite a hat.
there you go. Yeah.
Quite a hat.
Uh,
But yes,
Perfect for walking around town. You know,
I would walk far away from you if you wore that hat in public.
really,
Uh,
James?
it's a little
He's
much.
sad. He's sad. Is it the color or is it the size? Is it because it's Chicago? What if it was this? I'm sure if it
No,
was the
no, I
Steelers.
love Chicago. No, I love Chicago. I love
If I was
Chicago.
wearing a Pittsburgh Steelers hat, would you be more inclined to stick around?
Even if it was that big, I mean, I like big folks. Not that big. It's a little too much for me. I don't know.
Ooh.
Like, I don't in public. I don't know. You would get all the attention. Maybe that's the problem. Get all the attention.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, is it the girth of this hat? Is it the length? What is throwing you?
This is a PG-13 show. I can't even respond to any of that right now without being dirty. So I'm just gonna move on. No, I do love Chicago though. I do love Chicago. Folks, we did the Y Army spot this morning. Me, Amanda Russ, and Tammy Govea did that this morning. Bold and beautiful. You'll notice I was missing. Um, it was the show. They killed off the main guy, and it was too painful for me actually to watch it. It reminded me of my stepdad last year, so I couldn't do it. So Amanda Russ, Tammy Govea, and Amanda's sister Jill did the show for us. So a little cheat, so a little different. I just engineered it.
Oh
They
wow.
Yeah, it was a little too painful for me. I couldn't do it. It was too painful for me. I would
Is
cry
that
the whole.
Eric Forrester? Is that
Yep. It ended
and
with
is
Tom
he
Friday dying.
is he gone forever?
That's what we're trying to figure out. Like, everybody's trying. They kept saying that we like is he retired? John McCook retiring? I mean, they make it sound like he is. I mean, like it literally. They did this. It was a painful week. It was good. It was all the they brought back former actors. And I mean, the whole thing. I mean, like it's. And then Friday he dropped dead.
Wow.
I know, 37 years. 37 years. So as original cast member, he was one of two original cast members who left.
Wow.
So I think his daughter was filming his dressing room. So I think he's leaving. I think he's actually leaving, I guess. He's 79 years old. I mean, I don't know. I mean, that's
I mean, I feel like you can only really do that kind of send off or that kind of thing once. Like if you're gonna do like a whole big week, bring back everybody, you can't really go
saying.
like, oh, that was we were just faking.
Well, that's what we're saying. We're hoping it's not like a dream or something. That would be so effed up to the fans. Like they literally brought people back the whole time. I mean, like they literally, I mean, we've been crying for like 2 weeks. And so and then Friday's episode, he literally dropped dead. And they
Wow.
pan out, the whole family's there, and that was it. So I'm like, this can't be a dream or nothing. This has to be it. It's just that in social media, we're so used to hearing everything right away. So
Yeah.
maybe they're just keeping it close to the vest.
Oh, which I'm fine for him. It's
Me
like
too.
don't have
Me
to
too.
say everything. I younger as a younger person wearing a huge hat. Uh,
Yes.
I always thought John McCook was like Jill, yeah, Gil Gerard from Buck Rogers.
Yes. They had the
I
crease
kept,
in their chin, everything.
yes, I
Same
was kept.
shape.
I was like, oh, he's on Buck Rogers on Bold and Beautiful. No, that's a different actor. Man, all right.
Look, Roger, 25th Century. That was my show. Oh my God, that was my show. Don't get me started. I love the 70s. I'm sorry, I was a 70s kid. I love the 70s. Don't get me started. I watched all of that stuff. The original Battlestar Galactica. I watched the later one too, but I watched the original one. All of that. I watched all of it. Loved it. Oh, also, hi Andy going. Also, after this, our sister channel, Edition Days, with Tony Moore, my chocolate twin, and everybody, they will be doing Edition Days today. Their last one for the year, also. I think they have a special guest, I think. So go check them out over there. Say James and Frank sent you. Yes.
Is the special guest you?
No, it's not me. It's not me. Not this time. It's not
Oh.
me. They actually have a real guest.
What?
Um,
You are a real
I
guest.
know. I know it's not me. And then the Emmys are next weekend. Now, is James going? We're not sure yet. There's a whole. I've had a big mess happen with the daytime Emmys. I've been fighting with them and the whole thing, and so I have no idea yet what's actually going to happen. Frank, I was
Wow.
I was declined, and
What?
everybody was like, James. I wrote them a letter and said, "What the fuck?" Then suddenly I was reinstated, but then just me, and I'm like, what about I'm not gonna do this by myself. And then it was like, then I was only reinstated for 2 events, not all four. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. No one's answering me back. I have no idea what's going on. So I've sent many emails, and I'm in a whole tussle with Natus. You know,
Look at that. A
yes.
very David v. Goliath situation.
I'm a vegan liar. I might end up saying screw the whole thing. Who knows? And boycotting. So we'll see what happens. But I've been talking to people behind the scenes. There's a lot of stuff going on. It's messy right now, Frank. It's completely messy.
Is that just because of post strike, this hastily, getting everything together, everything just kind of
That's what I'm thinking, Frank. Right? It's a mess.
mm.
So, folks, good luck to see what's happening. We'll just stay tuned, Jail Jimmy. And if I have content, you'll know I went. If I don't have content, I didn't go.
But your vote made
So,
it.
my vote made it. So I am an Emmy voter. And for children and family Emmys, which are on Saturday night and Sunday morning. So I did vote on those. My vote did count. Yes, my votes did count for that. So I'm still an Emmy voter, Emmy judge, but I can't go to that ceremony right now. I'm like, I asked for all four, and I wanted to go to.
Oh, wow.
And I checked all my equipment and everything, but I'm like, I've done the Emmys by myself before. I don't want to do it myself. It's a lot of work. I don't want to do the camera and myself and the camera. I don't want to do that.
Hey, you
So
paid your
I'm
dues.
waiting for it. What?
You paid your dues.
I
You
did. I have.
you did enough one man banding in your life, but
I have. But no one else is approved besides me. So
huh.
I'm trying to figure what that's going on there. So today is Sunday. We still got till Friday. We'll see what happens. It's like a soap opera. Stay tuned.
Ooh.
Yeah, stay tuned. Who knows? Hi, Chris. Hi, Sandra. Hi, everybody watching. Please hit the like button while you're in. Also, I got to bring up, some of you guys have heard this already. I was just telling Frank before we came on. So apparently, a Zoom event happened with Chaylin, actually to play Chase and Brooklyn, Amanda Seaton and Josh Swickert. And they revealed, just you guys think too, the internet broke. They will not be doing love songs.
Oh, okay.
Love,
No more love songs for you.
no more silly love songs. Um, love scenes, which include kissing, making out. And they cited reasons as example, we're both married with families, and we don't want to do that. And apparently the higher ups have accepted that. So that explains a lot of what we haven't gotten out of that couple. So Frank and everybody in chat, how do you feel about that, kids?
Um, ooh. I mean, I guess it's a question of like just I feel like as an intimacy coordinator, like how much kissing would be allowed? Is it a just a peck on the lips? Is it anything more than that? I don't know. I feel like you have to be at least able to do a no, I don't know. Interesting. I mean, I get
Sandra says, "Go Bears" to you.
oh, thank you.
Um, yes. Joy
It's gonna be a while
Jensen
before they
said,
go. They're not good. They're not good.
"Okay." Side note, Frank. Okay, anybody from Chicago or from the Chicago area will know this. I was going through I found all these things from 30 years ago. I thought I'd lost in a fire. I found them. I found my Chicago Bears 45 where they did their song with Frank the Refrigerator Perry back in 1985. Frank, I found the
Oh,
45.
yes. That is a special artifact right there.
I was like, I forgot I had that. I was like, oh my God. Still have it. That's my kids.
Oh man.
Still
Uh,
got it.
I hope you're
Still got it.
playing it. Yeah, you've played it a few times at home, right? Just kind of as you're,
Not yet. I don't have it sitting out right now. I found. I was going through my site. I go, oh my god, I still have this Super Bowl Shuffle. That's what it was. The Super Bowl Shuffle. That's why I saw. I have it. I have it. It was stuck between Do You Know It's Christmas by Band Aid. I have the 12-inch and Hearing Aid, where it was all the heavy metal artists got together and did a song. Yes, Frank, I bought all that shit. I bought it all.
But
Bought it all.
see, what are great things to be able to have. That's
Yes,
awesome.
I have it. So if I die before you, I will bequeath it to you, so you would take care. I know you'll take care of it.
I will be gone in a matter of weeks, but the thought is still welcome.
You're like, what's a 45? No. Everyone in Chicago, Northwest Indiana had that. I bought it. I went to Tower Records, and I remember buying it. That's right, kids. Um, anyway, that's a side note. It's all side note. But now that you said, I was like, oh my god, I tell Frank that. I missed a lot of GH due to news in Vegas. Yes, to the folks in Vegas, Sherry, who's a Lottie, her kids go to UNLV and they lost two of their teachers.
Mhm.
So it's very sad for that's happened over there. Yeah, it's a shooting over there. But anyway, so people who are commenting. I wanted Frank. If Frank was thinking about what he had to say. Everybody's commenting in the chat already. But I want to see what Frank has to say about it.
Yeah, I mean, certainly yes. As you like to say, James, it is love in the afternoon.
Yes.
Uh, but I mean, I guess if both artists, both actors, feel that way, I mean, I guess what does a shutter do? I mean, are they going to just get rid of them and recast? I mean, I feel like that's certainly one way you could go if there's kind of but uh, which ordinarily with GH maybe might not work, but given their Christina troubles of late, or not Christina, Molly troubles.
Molly, yes.
You can't always guarantee a recast is going to be as well received as as the originators of those roles. Well, not for Brooklyn, but
Right, right.
certainly as the latest. That was a recast that has resonated well and people have enjoyed, and
Mhm.
the chemistry with Chase is great. So removing both of those and trying to get new actors that would be like, yeah, we're ready to get down whenever. We will walk shirtless and scantily clad all the time. If you cast us in these roles, I don't know.
Well, you know what's funny, Frank? Because the characters got engaged this week. So, so we're not going to see lots of love scenes there. We're just going to see, I guess, I don't know, right? It's kind of weird. It's like the characters are moving forward. This whole storyline has been, you and I have said this on the show, the pacing's been horrible with them. I don't even care about them anymore. When they're good together, they're fine. I don't have anything about but it's like, does that hurt? I mean, like usually we have the romantic honeymoon and all that stuff. We're probably not going to get that probably.
I mean, I guess what it's like. Can they be laying in bed post uh
Yeah.
encounter? Because if we can get those scenes, that's fine. I mean, do you need to see? Yeah, I know that is part of the classic, love in the afternoon kind of deal. We need to see the really great love song,
Yes.
and the
Yes.
clothes being taken off,
Yes.
and some light grinding under the sheets. We need to see that. Do you in this day and age, do you still need that to feel
Yes.
like it is a soap opera?
I ain't getting it at home, so I look at TV to get something that I mean, and I joke a little. I joke. I'm not joking. I'm not getting it at home. But the whole thing is part of that is true, right? We do watch. Here's okay. I'm just gonna say this. So this is but whatever. This is a web show. Years ago, when porn began, it was always about these average-looking guys getting the hot chicks. So that was the appeal. Was that people go, I'm an average-looking guy, so then I could possibly get a hot. This you can't get them, but that's kind of like the illusion. On soap opera or romance novels or any of that stuff, it's all about you get to see the life you don't get to have. I look at it that way. I think soap operas and romance novels and porn, they're all the same. Okay. They're all the same thing of illusion. It's a whole thing of fantasy. It's like that. I want to see the shirtless. That's always a joke that the men are always shirtless on soaps. That's kind of the joke. They are shirtless because in real life, no one's walking around like that. It looks like that. But they come on and then they romance the women, and a lot of the women want the big romance, and that includes making love. That's part of that. This hot guy is making love to this. We don't see on our streets. I'm home with my husband with 5 chins, and I'm like, oh, okay, I get to see this guy whose chiseled jaw is part of the fantasy. And I feel like that is a staple of daytime television. In all seriousness, like I see everybody's arguments about who cares. Like that's fine. I mean, clearly the higher ups also part of this. Frank, is the higher ups have agreed to this. So they agreed to this, them not making them do any love scenes. So
Yeah, I mean, I guess everything evolves, and I guess in terms of soap operas, evolving in a way where actors feel that have a they don't have to do things that they feel uncomfortable, or that uh, they feel like that we are now in an era where people are able to kind of speak a little bit more about how they feel and would choose not to do scenes that would make them uncomfortable, and they are listened to. I would think back in the earlier days, like that is not the case, where the execs would be like, nope, well then great, then you're out, and we'll find
right,
somebody else. But this is a different kind of world that we live into, where uh, people's thoughts can be heard. Uh,
everybody, this is live television. Hold on 1 second.
oh, James is going to come back in a new costume, guys. Get ready. It's going to be exciting. I don't know who he'll be. Maybe he'll be wearing a Santa outfit. It'd be great. He comes back. Oh, Santa was at the door, and it's just James in a Santa Claus suit. That'd be my hope. But fingers crossed on that. Uh, for me, yes, I'm fine with that. I guess I am. I'm not a woman, though I play one on TV. Just kidding. Uh, so for me, I didn't watch the Chase and Brooklyn scenes. Like I gotta see them having a love scene. I'd love to see them in a better written storyline, but they're finally moving them together, which is taking way too long, and I feel like it sucked a lot of the fun and rooting interest in that couple because of all those ups and downs. But the point is, they are moving in a more solid direction. So, uh, you know, I mean, for me, I'm fine if they don't do anything like that. But as long as it just give me a well written storyline with good scenes, and seeing them as a team. uh I don't need to see more lies and deception between the two of them kind of tearing them down. I'm always more of a fan, once you get people together, have the world be the enemy and have them be a united front, and we see them, they can still have disagreements, but it's more outside instigators that they're fighting against, as opposed to stuff within their own relationship that they're making have the characters do. But that's just me.
You talk to
uh
your chat.
yeah. uh
I think
James,
Frank
that
is
was
over his head.
exciting.
It's over his head in recap. I think Frank, yeah, the other Frank, yeah. I think my thing is, I just feel like I hear what some of you guys are saying, and some of you guys are like, this is a job, and that's part of the job, and you should take it. But almost kind of what Chandra said in the chat, if they agreed and the higher ups agreed, there are a lot of deals made. You guys, you have no idea behind the scenes. Trust me, in a lot of areas, every job has people have there's deals going on. My father used to work in the Senate in the '80s, Frank, and he's like, James, you'd be surprised who they hire for things. They used to hire a psychic to come in for decision making on the taxpayer's dime. But it was a secret. No one knew about this. We knew about it because I was behind the scenes. So I'm just telling you, all kind of stuff happens behind the scenes on jobs, right? Um, but if they have that in their contract and all that stuff, and it's agreed on, they signed off on it, I almost think they should have said shit. They got their mouth shut and not said anything, because I feel like sometimes we know too much. I think because it does help, it does hurt the illusion a little bit, and we know so much stuff about behind the scenes. Like, just leave it alone. And also, my other thing is, you can explain to your kids, hi, mommy is an actress on a soap opera, and so she had to play these scenes in a monogamous. There's always you can frame it. That's not some dirty, secret or something. So it's just so I get it. I totally get it. So yes, he did have love scenes with Willow, and he did other stuff. apparently that was fine. But apparently with these two, this is what she has in her contract. So I think it's very interesting. The character, I mean, it just means, I mean, we just won't get any love scenes with them. It'll just be very. I mean, it's I guess, or any major kissing scenes. Or, I think they do. If you look at it, they don't really kiss that much either on the show. If you think about it, they don't.
Yeah, I mean,
They barely touch each other.
I'd rather just just give me better written storylines and scenes, and I'm fine.
I agree.
Uh,
That's me too.
yeah, I mean, there's not. I very rarely, if ever, fast forward through stuff, but maybe just because I'm at the target demo for love scenes. I'm like, whatever with these love scenes, I don't care. And I just
Right.
I'm the person who read the Playboy for the articles, James.
Hey, my grandparents were part of the Playboy Club. They had a key to the Playboy Club in New York back in the day.
Whoa!
It was 40-20. I go, Grand, seriously, really? Goes, well, they had good food there. I'm like, okay, girl.
That's not messing around.
I know what Grandpa Bob was looking at while she was eating the food. Mm-hmm. Anyway, so yeah, so that was a big story, and that is part of because they did get it. The characters get engaged, so that is part of the story. So I guess it's going to be a very just wholesome engagement, and I guess we're not going to get anything. I guess.
Was that something that they offered up as a insight,
I
or
guess
were they asked that?
the person who was hosting the Zoom, I will not mention. I hate her in real life. And she tried to actually she attacked me in public on social media. So I will not give her the satisfaction of promoting her company, but it was on her company that she had a Zoom with the actors, and I don't know if it was a question or I have no idea how it came up, but it came up and it was out there.
Wow.
And they
Well,
elaborated on it.
sorry, you and Lucretia are at odds.
Lucretia, Lucretia, it was not Lucretia, not Lucretia. Don't say it was not Lucretia Lyon. We're fine. We're fine. It's not Lucretia. I love Lucretia. No, it's not her. Some of you guys know who I'm talking about. She came after me last year, so I'm like, yes.
Carla Renata.
Chandra says when what they spilled is example what James taught in one of his Zoom classes. Hint, hint. I know. When you're on live, be mindful of what you say and own what you say. Exactly. You guys be on what you're saying. I own everything. I own everything I say. So there you go. But it looks like the chat and out there in the world, it is torn in half. There are half folks who are like, leave them alone, it's fine. The other half say they should get recast and bring people in. So, and it's for me, Frank, and this goes back to what I said. Most people, when they go to certain genres, they want certain things. And I think soaps and romance are kind of the similar thing.
Yeah, I mean, but the other thing is like, it'd be different if they were doing tons of love scenes.
Right, they're not.
At most we get usually like one at the beginning of a couple when they're finally coming together, and sometimes some other ones, but it feels like all right, so you missed out on that one love scene that you would have gotten. Um, you know, is that a
Yeah.
lot? Is that worth recasting people for?
Well, see, I'm with you in terms of I just want some good stories. And it's painful. It's there and to talk about this week in General Hospital, there's like maybe 3 scenes I liked.
Well, I know most of them involved Violet.
Okay, I want to say something about these 2 kids. Okay. I'm not attacking the little actress. She's an actress. Like she's a kid. I'm not attacking her. I don't care for the character. I don't care for the way she's written. I don't care how she's written. That's what I have a problem with. Not the actress, dude. She's doing her job and she's doing what she needs to do. I just don't care for it. So to me, it's like that's the difference. I would never attack. I really attack actors. We don't attack actors. We're always like it's the performance, or it's the writing, or it's the style of stuff. And I think the character of Violet is annoying. It's super annoying. Not a fan of that character. She was cute at first, and now the way they write her gets on my nerves. But there are other child actors I enjoy. Yes.
What are you going to do with your Lott with 2 T's shirts that you have?
Violet. Frank clearly, with that big hat on, is squeezing his brain. What are you talking about? The musical show, I know it's okay. I'm just like, Oh, the way they have, she's like the center of attention in that part of it. It's like it's just yeah. I need her more. Like I said, there are child actors I actually like and child characters I actually like, but this one I can't. I'm just like it's too much for me. It's like nails on chalkboard for me.
She
Sorry,
runs that
it's
family,
she
James.
runs it. She sure does. And it's just like they're all just smile. I'm like, oh my god, it's like the Stepford parents or something, or Stepford adults. I'm like, I just can't even. I just can't
Uh,
even. So I just want to make sure I say that.
well, this is our last show of the year. We won't have a chance to discuss it next week. I will ask you now. We just see at least in the if you watched it live or recorded it off of broadcast that the teaser for Monday is Violet asking uh, Brooklyn and Chase if she can sing at their wedding. Would you uh, want to have a young child sing at your wedding, James?
I don't think children should be allowed at weddings. That's my thing. I don't even like weddings. I'm not even a wedding person. But if I never got married, so that's right there. Tell you something. But if I did, no kids allowed. Sorry, adult wedding only. I don't know kids there. Nah. And that's coming from a guy. In this wedding in 1976. I was the flower boy. That's me in the choir. I was 7 years old. Yes, it's a Chinese Japanese wedding. It's a whole other story. I'm the only black person in it. But anyway, I am the ring bearer. I did it. So even with that, children should be allowed in weddings.
Oh, so you would rather have adult flower girls and ring bearers?
We know flower girl ring bearer. Period. That just be done. It'll just be men's of honor and women's of honor, or whatever you call them. That's it.
So
If
you'd
I
have like somebody out there in the back with like a shirt cannon, but instead like shooting flower petals, just kind of blasting it out. Pow, pow, pow.
well, you know, I'm a gardener, so we're not going to waste roses and shit and petals. They stay in the garden. We're not going to be wasting that.
Bubbles. It's bubbles, everybody.
I hate that. That's another one I hate too. Oh, blowing bubbles, really? Or get a bubble machine? No, no, no. I don't even want to get married, so I mean, I'm not even into marriage, so I'm like, oh, those for those people. But yes, no ring bearers, no. I don't want that cutesy shit. Nah, no, no.
Well, you're making it tough to plan my surprise wedding with you,
Somebody's
James.
waiting for me. Exactly.
Crossing things off the list.
Take notes, Frank. This is what I don't want.
All right.
You want me to say I do, but we got to follow all the things I don't want to have. That works. Um, so yeah, I saw the preview. I'm like, oh my god, why can't life just be easy? Why is it be hard? For me. Why does God hate me? I don't know what's going on there. Yes, it's yeah, I saw the preview for that. Ugh. I know, that's not how a wedding works. I know, Angela. I've never been married, so there. I've been engaged 3 times, but I've never been married. I was
Look at
engaged
that.
twice, almost never been
You know, yeah,
married.
tough to lock down that James Lott Jr.
Yes. I'll do long-term relationship. I just don't want to get married. Oh, oh. Unless it's at the end of my life, I want that person to be able to get benefits from me. Other than that, nah, I'm good. I'm like, ugh, ugh, ugh. Weddings for other people, not for
Well,
me.
how intimacy issues or how much of we will not see of those aside. How do you feel about the Brooklyn and Chase engagement?
It's whatever. I said the steam was taken out of me in the relationship a long time ago. They just because they did this to me. So I was all for it in the beginning. I loved the way it was going. The pacing was good. Then they killed it. I'm just like, I'm not for or against it. It's fine. I mean, everybody knows I love Josh Swicker. He's hot as F. I like Amanda C. I love Brooklyn on her. I love both characters. Okay. I mean, I know. I mean, we had the Sunny Nina wedding. We haven't had a big wedding in a while, so I guess that's fine. I guess I don't know.
Yeah,
Big party.
as long as it's just whatever mishaps or craziness happens, it's not something that's going to tear them apart.
No,
It's like, come on, just put them together.
I
Um,
agree. at this point. They have to stay together at this point. It's just too much.
Yeah.
Uh, Too many sequins. That's funny. I like Sasha and Chase. They were good together too. I mean, with all those things you're against, I see why you make it down the aisle 3 times. And, it was all me, Angela. It was all me. I totally take responsibility. It was all. Well, the first time I came out of the closet, so that kind of killed that wedding. So I had to do that. The writers did them and can't blame the actors. That's what I'm saying. It's the actors are fine. Yeah, the actors are fine. I'm just like I'm not excited. It's okay. Not excited. I didn't like how the proposal went down. I feel like Chase just proposed out of pressure from Gloria and Lois, possibly. But he does love her. I mean, they both like Frank said, they belong. To just put them together at this point. That's fine with me. Just put them, make them married. It's fine. I don't have a problem with that. Make it part of the Quartermain family. I like the Quartermain family, so make it part of the Quartermain family. That could be fun. I guess.
I mean, I feel like as we talk about the cast is so big that we're not going to get as much screen time with a lot of couples.
Yeah.
And so as much as you'd like to see more of their relationship so that when this proposal happens, depending regardless of like Chase's dad having ALS or any kind of family pressure that might be there from Lois / Gloria, it still feels like a natural kind of like, yes, this feels right. This feels kind of tracks. But when you see these characters so rarely, it's like you have to just do a lot of heavy lifting in your head to move those characters along in your mind to feel like, okay, yeah, I guess this makes sense that they would, this proposal and this saying yes.
Yeah. I did want to talk about a scene that I did like.
Oh, all right.
Hey, there's three. There were 3 scenes this week I liked because it was just some good old fashioned stuff. We say this all the time. Laura and Cyrus. I like when they throw them together. It's always their acting choices are very interesting. Those 2 characters are very interesting. And I want to ask you, because I kind of like that it's kind of ambiguous on some level. Has he changed? I don't think he has. But it's like that whole thing of has Cyrus or has he not? Oh, it's Frank's. I mean, what are you thinking, Frank? I mean, because he has this whole diatribe against Laura, and it really affected Laura.
It's I don't there's like Cyrus, certainly great performance for sure, but there's just something about, I mean, that character, I don't know, the inability. I get if you feel like he's just using, now that I've accepted Jesus into my heart or God into my heart, uh, don't, how dare you be thinking such negative thoughts about me? So,
Yeah,
uh, uh, oh, I'm frozen again. Oh, this big head is just sucking in all the
that's second of
Wi-Fi.
energy.
That's right. But I'm saying with Cyrus, the way that they write that character is that he just believes his acceptance of God is immediately supposed to just make everybody do a complete 180 on their feelings towards him. And no matter what, if he says like, I'm a different person, I hope you can forget that. It's like that's all great how you feel, but you cannot expect everybody to be on your timetable. Uh, and all of a sudden just flip a switch just because you say you're a different person and you've taken God into your heart. So I feel like it gets a little frustrating with Cyrus's inability to uh, yeah, acknowledge that other people may have, they can't make a switch. They can't flip a switch as easily as he thinks that they should. But it's soap opera scenes always work better when at least there is a sliver of some truth working in there when a character who we all consider the bad guy has a point of view that has some validity to it that can make the hero at least pause for a moment. So, uh, Laura certainly, yes, certainly has her way of handling Cyrus, but for sure. Uh, but I guess he does have a point. It's like, oh yeah, so you can just come into my place of business. I mean, there was a little bit of that where it's like,
Yeah, well, there was. It's kind of like, okay, girl. Oh, okay,
yeah,
because you're married, you do whatever the fuck you want. When he said that, I was like, he's kind of right a little bit. Like, hmm
Yeah, I was given how shrewd Laura's been in the past, her willingness to be just like, yeah, he's, until he's got the benefit of the doubt. I want to believe a person can change. I liked it better with after the conversation with Dante that she's willing to give him a chance, but she's under no illusions the kind of person that he is. And so, if he does kind of fall back into his old ways, she will come down and she will bury him.
Yep, I know. But it's like she's partially scared of him and partially not. But she's also stands up to him. It's interesting. It's interesting how her reaction to him is. It's very interesting to me.
Uh,
Very interesting how she kind of she walks in and she's like, "It's my brother," but he is kind of dangerous, kind of, and she tries to stand up to him a little bit, and he scares her a little bit.
but see, I don't know. I mean, I think that's realistic, and I think that's what makes person, it can bring out, the best qualities of a person. Where it's like certainly somebody that you're scared of or could be intimidated by, but instead of just acquiescing or cowering or avoidance, you will, face those things head on and you know, call somebody out on the carpet. I do like that about Laura, which is great. Yeah, things that you wish that even if you're in real life, people when people are scared, more often than not, it's just I'm just gonna hang out, keep my head low, not cause any waves. But you always want that person that's willing to kind of step up and stand up when things are a little tough.
Yeah, that was a good scene. There's stuff there. The next thing, um, because Cyrus, I mean, I'm again, we're on the fence of like how involved is he, how isn't, because they're tying it into the whole thing of finding Austin Gatlin Holt. They finally last week we were talking, they didn't even know he was dead. Now we know he's dead, and now they're investigating him. And Laura calls in Dante and was like, "Tell me what's going on. Is my brother part of it? Is he not?" Like it's good. So now we're trying to find out what happened with this thing because it's like he's related to Quartermains, all kinds of stuff going on there, and we don't know what happened. And I don't think Ava killed him. I just don't think I don't think she did.
No.
But did Cyrus do it, or
Well,
was it one of the people? Did they do it?
what do you think, James? Do you think Cyrus has changed?
I don't think he's changed, but something's telling me he didn't do it. It's too obvious.
I don't think he would have killed Austin. I think that's too obvious, or had a hired goon
Yeah,
kill
it's too
Austin.
obvious.
Because Dante brings up a good point. It's like, yeah, how would Cyrus certainly has context, but how would he have known that
Right,
Austin was getting ready to flip on him? Um,
right.
but I also feel like if he's, I can't believe that Cyrus has made a change because we've seen him use Mason to kidnap Ava, to manipulate Austin into testifying at his release hearing. Uh, has certainly threatened Mason with death for stepping out of line. I just feel, and we know that he tried to get Sonny arrested by planting that nanny at Sonny's place. So I feel like Cyrus is not a changed person at all. Well, no, okay, I can say at all. He can be slightly changed, but that does not mean he's on the side of the angels.
Exactly. So I don't think he's, but I feel like him killing Austin. That's too obvious.
Agreed.
I mean, that's a smoking gun. It's like, no, that's too obvious.
Well, because
Um,
I guess you have to think about who would have left Ava that photo and note saying you're
right,
welcome.
right.
Yeah,
And so I just don't think it's him. I think it's him.
uh,
Um, I
because
just
they're
don't.
really the only ones that knew about Nicholas and knew about the Mason Austin Cyrus slash collection is just Mason and Austin and
Right,
Ava and
right,
Cyrus. It's just those. I mean, as far as we know, it's just those four.
right.
Uh, I mean, unless it was the nanny, the nanny coming
That
back.
that see now, I actually wouldn't. I wouldn't. We don't know anything about her.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of funny. Yeah, because he goes, "It's you" or something. It could be. It could have been her.
I mean,
I would
she
buy
slept
that.
Ava.
I would totally buy that.
Who knows what she'd do?
Oh, Tammy Gavance in the chat. Hi. Austin's death connects to Eva, to Ava. No, she said, "You're welcome." Yeah, I know. So we were saying, but I don't. I don't. I don't know. I just think I don't know. It is interesting. Hmm. So we got that kind of stuff floating around there. Another scene that I liked, Frank. I'm trying to be positive and give you scenes that I enjoyed. I actually enjoyed just because they made some good points. The Vanna scene on Friday.
Mm.
I felt like because the whole week we're kind of leading up to they're each fighting out. Curtis is on the we'll get to Curtis in a second, but he's on. But anyway, I love that Homegirl goes to talk to Valentine, and they have this exchange where it's like, almost like it was almost tit for tat, but it was also feelings in there, and some truths in there too. And I love that Anna really has to watch what she says, how she says it, because Valentine, that's his daughter, and she shot him. And some things that he said, he was like, "But wait a minute, girl, you don't just uncharge a gun unless you had a feeling you knew someone was in your house." There's something to that too. There's like something to that, like something to that. You obviously didn't tell me there was something going on. Yes, I should have told you. Apologize. I should have told you. I was trying to protect my like. How should I? She has children. How do you not understand that he was trying to protect his child at first? May have been wrong, like I said, but he's like he knows like he said she'll get a counselor. So like he knows when he has to do stuff. She kind of got on my nerves a little bit. And he's like, but he said Victor made it seem like you were dangerous, and then you shot her. So now she thinks you're dangerous. And he's like, but she's like, well, kids just don't shoot people. I mean, they don't just do things and mess with people's houses. I'm like, she was trying to protect me. So yes, she thought these things up herself, but still, it was under the influence of Victor. I always feel like, but she's part of Asinine, so I'm sure it's in there anyway. So on, but it was kind of interesting how they both were kind of doing this dance. I actually enjoyed the dialogue. It was like back and forth. It was like no one was a winner in the whole situation. So anyway, that's how do you feel about how do you feel about all of this?
I don't know. It's yes, it tough. Valentine's conversation with Anna he did bring up some good counter or some points to Anna. I still feel like it is. Uh, this doesn't. The initial seed doesn't track for me because it seems so weird to have somebody that you wanted to build a life with, which was Anna. Even if you're having problems with your daughter, Charlotte, and she is doing something to Anna. How much you don't know, whether it's just some light vandalism all the way up to potential setting the house on fire. Uh, rather than sharing this with the woman that you want to build a life with, what and also help fix your daughter of any potential issues that might going on. It seems weird to me that he would exclude her completely from this. And I don't know what his end game was in terms of like, say he was able to completely fix Charlotte, kept Anna in the dark the whole time. The shooting never happened, but he was able to successfully do that. At some point, somewhere in the future, he would go to Anna and say, "Oh, you would believe it. Victor had programmed Charlotte to harass you. No, don't worry. I knew about it this whole time, but I got her deprogrammed and everything's cool. Isn't it great that we're all a loving family together?" It was that what he was thinking would be would happen, and how would she even feel about that? Like she would be freaked out. Like, why didn't you? You know Anna Devane. You've known her for so long. You know that even if you tried to do that, she would be ticked at you for not coming forward with her sooner. So I don't know why they had that character behave that way. Yes, I know it's his daughter, and he loves his daughter, but he also loves this person too as well. And if you're trying to build a life together, how could you not think to include her in any of this stuff?
There you go, folks. Um, or is it Mason targeting Ava for Austin's murder? I don't know. Daisy Flower goes, I loved Anna's line. My dead grandpa made me do it. That was kind of funny when she said that. Like I said, it's like I enjoyed the exchange. It was kind of funny because they both were dancing. I guess all the things, everything we both just said, like they were dancing around all of that. That was kind of the thing there. Sandra asked, "Do you think Jake may have some place?" Because you had Jake and Elizabeth talking about her also. And you know, and Jake was controlled by Helena years ago too.
Yeah. That my least enjoyable thing out of that scene was at the end where Anna is saying, "Oh," to Dante, I'm doing this all by
Uh,
myself. Like we go back to Anna is an island unto herself and nobody else can provide it help for her. That's my least interesting take of Anna, and they go to that well a little too often, and it never really makes for enjoyable scenes for me. I was really hoping that they'd been building up this nice dynamic between her and Dante, and with Sonny. I just was curious to see like, hey, let's try something a little different, and have her working with other folks than she usually works with on something. But we're going back to lone wolf debate.
yes, I'll do it myself. But Dante, he's not going to leave her alone.
Well, I mean, he's got the key for sure. So
Yes,
at some point, their paths are going to have to intersect again.
yes, I agree. So very interesting with that too. And I say I like when Dante's busy working when he's in such a certain story. I actually like him when he's in certain storylines.
Yeah.
And Anna just we're now getting somewhere. Now Valentine knows, everybody knows Homegirl didn't burn down the house. All right, so now we can kind of move on from that arm of the story. But I feel like all this other stuff is starting to come together because another scene I actually see like I like the new Brennan guy. Everybody's like he's hot. Oh, he's hot, but I like him, and and they're actually letting us know behind the scenes with his little henchman or whatever that he's after both Sonny and Anna. They're both on his sites. So now we at home now know this. Now I was like, thank everybody, thank you. So we got that going. Meanwhile, he's talking to Carly, and I'm sorry, I saw chemistry.
I agree. Those scenes between the two of them are great. And we also, the other part was we also find out he's not Pikeman. So Pikeman is
No,
somebody else
yeah,
entirely. So,
yeah,
the Alcazar thing could still possibly be a
right,
thing.
right.
But I enjoy those scenes between him and Carly. They're great.
They're good. They're good.
Uh,
I'm shocked.
yeah, I don't know. That's the kind of yeah, that's just the kind of charge you want to see between two characters. Yeah, just that kind of vibe. And
I,
as much
I
as there might be Carly and Drew fans, I don't know. For me, at least, I just don't buy. I don't get that feeling from
I
them
don't there
that I
either.
get in those scenes.
Yeah, and I think everybody see the chat. I like Brennan. Everybody likes Brennan. I think he's hot. So I'm like, okay, but him and his henchmen, I just like the fact because we say this all the time. Just give us a scene explaining some stuff to us at home, so we
Yeah,
know what's going on, and they did. So GH, he points. We kind of know they're here, and they're after both Sonny and Anna, which means more great stuff with Sonny and Anna together. I'm looking for like that. Okay, I can. This story got a little more interesting a little bit. I'm curious to see what happens here. Um, but she was like, I'm seeing somebody. It's like, at first she thought about first date. She was like, I'm seeing somebody.
Well, I mean, I guess you got to when somebody gives you a big, huge thing of
Yeah,
flowers.
flowers. I mean, that was a big, nice bouquet. I mean, it was
Yeah,
nice.
offers you to take you out to dinner for a meal. Like you feel like you gotta say something.
Tell him something. Yeah, oh, no, I'm seeing somebody. I'm seeing somebody. I'm sorry.
I think I
Um,
am. I am, but he's out
yeah,
of the
I'm seeing
country, so it
somebody, right?
doesn't
I'm seeing
count,
somebody.
right?
I'm seeing somebody. Um, but everybody sees that there was chemistry there. So, but clearly he's after her because of Sunny, obviously,
Yeah.
at
Uh,
some level.
and that little look from him to her as he leaves Kelly's and just stands outside the window, just kind of looks back at her. And she's like, "Oh yeah, you know
I'm
what
gonna
I'm here for."
I'm gonna have you. I'm gonna have you. Daisy Flower. I'm the one Carly Jew fan. That's right. You're the only one girl though.
Yeah, I'm not gonna have the burger, the BLT, or the milkshake next time I come here.
That's right. It was in the BLT, the famous BLT. I want BLT from Kelly's. I love BLTs. Um, but anyway, so yeah, so that was very interesting. I was like, okay, there's something there, but I like the fact that now we kind of know he's after both of them. So is he the one behind the shooting of Curtis? Trying to figure out. They have made a connection because Curtis is looking for his Shooter.
Um, I mean, it seems the most likely
Right.
prospect, because I don't think they would have, but I also think that shooting was not targeted towards Sonny. It seems like it was towards Anna, I would think. Because I would think they, given how he feels like he does not want to eliminate Sonny, because that would cause too much issues with the other families in Port Charles. So I feel like that means you don't take Sonny out from that gun, that shooting attempt. And if Curtis was, I mean, given that Curtis wants to get involved in the WSB, or has the potential to get involved in the WSB, I would love for it somehow to tie into him a little bit, as opposed to being just a random thing. Uh, but at least right now, it seems, it was for a shooting for Anna.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah. So yeah. Also, there's some far fetchedness going on. Some fans are trying to say that Adam is related to this Brennan guy. I've been seeing that online, that he's the son of him.
That seems a little.
I said it's a little far fetched. I don't know. I mean, stranger things have happened. AE says, James, I keep agreeing with you. Is that good or bad? Um, good. Um, I didn't make a connection between those two, even though he's going a little crazy. But I don't. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Given, if we're going to be seeing more of Adam in the future, I really need, I mean, I feel like at some point we're going to have to see his parents. You can't keep talking about these super demanding, at least father, if not both father and mother, uh, without seeing
yes,
him come onto canvas at some point.
yes. People think that it was foresight that burned down Anna's house and was probably the shooter.
Well, yeah, because they said
He
that
was killed.
the autopsy had, him having burns on there that would, and the clothing that they found there had the chemicals that they were used for the arson attempt. So I feel like they've, sufficiently linked that Forsyth was the person that set fire to that place. Um, Whether he took the shot, though, we don't know. Although, I mean, the Brennan dude was saying that his job was to eliminate Anna, and he failed.
Yes,
So he had to get hit
he
by a car.
failed. He failed. He failed. My thing works. Was there one more I liked? Is there one more thing I liked this week? I'm talking positive.
Yep.
Is there something else I liked this week? Oh, yes. Hello. I actually enjoyed, but I think they gave us so much information, it has to be fake on some level. I really enjoyed Blaze and Christina.
Mm.
And they have the time to regular talk about coming out of the closet. Any of us who have done it, we know how hard it is and blah blah. But I thought I enjoyed the two of them just having a conversation. They made out, of course. They made that conversation. She said her full name, which could not even be her real. That still could not be her real name. She still could be an Alcazar, clearly. Um, but I actually liked it. I actually liked that they had a nice little conversation.
I did as well. Yeah, and certainly hearing the full name, I was waiting to hear, whether is it Lila? We can hear
Yes,
Lila in there.
yes,
And we did not. So,
yeah.
it could be too much to ask that, maybe she is just her own person and not tied into the whole Alcazar side of things. I mean, it's, as much as we enjoy good, interconnectedness, interconnected family on GH, maybe sometimes a singer is just a singer.
I think it's just a singer. I don't know, but I think she's still connected somehow. But I like them. I mean, she's a little creepy, a little bit for me, but I for those series of scenes, I really enjoyed just had a talk. Like Christina has an apartment, and she talked about her dad, and they just had about it. Just, I thought it was a nice little, it's a nice little break that moves story along.
Yes, and
Like they
we're
talk.
gonna be we're seeing Christina a lot now because we saw a set for her finally.
That's it. And so I'm like, seriously, this is good. This is like unlike I'm sorry. I gotta add a thing in there. That bird that chapped my hide, Frank Moran, this week. How are you gonna have Scott and Lucy reminisce and no flashbacks?
Yeah, that's
It's the same
crazy.
actors.
Yeah, let's see it. Why not? You can show it.
There's no they talked off and on for like 30 minutes and there was no flashbacks. None.
It is. I don't. It seems weird because yes, I could see Sunny and or Scotty and Lucy always going to be in each other's orbit, and so it's always great to see those two characters together for sure. And so I enjoy good chat and reminiscence. I mean, Scotty just feels like he's on the prowl, always trying to find somebody to be with. He's like he just doesn't do
That's
well.
him. That's always him.
He doesn't do well being by himself. But weird that
No, he
Lucy,
doesn't.
like Lucy, uh, I don't know, like Scotty was just really kind of hammering, like, well, what about Martin? And it just felt like I don't know, it gave us the feeling that there's some kind of like tension in the Lucy and Martin relationship. Yet we've not seen any of that. Uh, I mean, I guess the only thing that between them that hasn't been really come out to Lucy fully understands is just how involved Martin was in like when he actually blurted out deception to her or did the stuff about the deceptor. That's like the only thing that he's kind of quashed, all his involvement. But I don't think that's like enough to really cause any kind of friction. So it's weird that it seems like we're playing this as like I don't know about us two.
No flashbacks. No nothing. Just nothing. I'm just like
Yeah,
that to me. It's a missed opportunity of two actors who are the original characters. You could go back and show her as the mousy librarian, her being married to Allie, all this stuff they could have showed of them together, and they just didn't do it.
could have showed us some stuff from from Port Charles,
Charles,
Serena
yes,
and all that would have been great. You know, I mean, seeing a young Serena, sure, why not?
they didn't do it. I was a little pissed. But, I mean, yeah, they should be in each other's orbits here and there. And she mentioned being married to Kevin and the whole thing. I mean, yeah, it's just the whole thing. I mean, got none of it. And I think one of them are celebrating the anniversary on the show or something recently. So it's like,
I guess that was their little bone to throw. We'll give you that. You guys can just sit there and reminisce. Uh, it is a shame that we have not had a Liesel and Scotty kind of scene
no,
since since they're back. So
no, that haven't either. Um, let's see. Oh, me and Crystal in the chat talked about this the other day. The seed has been planted, Frank.
oh
We knew it was going to happen. We said it before, Frank. We said it. He's a leading man. So, of course, there might be a procedure. It's very rare that you might be able to walk again. We knew that, right? We know it's going to happen, right?
oh
Okay.
no, it was never a matter of if he would ever gain
Okay.
the use of his legs. It was just it was a when.
Yeah.
And I feel like like this which is great. It's just a great soap opera hand waving of like, okay, we can move this along and get to the next phase, which is great. Let's just do it. All right, let's give him this fantastical procedure that will get him back on his feet.
Yeah. Basically.
Yeah.
I was like, knew it. I mean, just it's just a matter of time. And um, I mean, I will say another scene I kind of liked. I just don't know where they're going to go with all this. They brought back the mother, and him and her and Marshall had a. I mean, they had a actually very interesting scene. It was a very interesting scene about the past,
Yeah.
and it's like, the show is so weird because their pacing is so weird, and they have such a large cast. Um, if there's more consistency, I mean, I felt a little something. It was good. I mean, the actor, he did a great job. It plays Marshall and everything. He did a job. It was cute them to get talking about the past and stuff. And he was managing it, and he was crying and just the whole thing. I mean, I guess we're still getting his full redemption story of like, I'm back with my family. We accept you. It's all fine. I guess that's what it is. So I guess it's fine.
Yeah, it's just one of those where you wish all the other stuff with the initial story introducing him had just been better told to help these other scenes land fully. You want to feel the emotion behind
Yeah,
these scenes, but it's just, when the initial stuff was just a little not handled well. It's tough to be fully like, I get it. Yes, it doesn't land as much as the writers would like it to
yeah.
land for us.
So it's like, okay, they're okay. This week, I'm like, so the excitement is around the Christmas trees. That's what we're getting this week.
Yeah.
That's what we're getting. We're seeing Diane. Okay, first of all, Robert ain't never been nice to Carly in his life. All of a sudden, they're just like, "Hi, Carly, what's going on?" Let's have some hot chocolate. Let's just joke around each other. While Brennan, of course, is sitting there. I mean, I get it. It's just like you like the Diane Robert bantering. Here's the thing: I'm not against Diane and Robert. I'm not against them. I just don't know what they are. I mean, what's going? What's they keep playing cutesy. These are two old people. There's no time to play on cutesy. Let's pull it together. Are they together? Or are they not together? That's what I want to see. I mean, they went full tilt. They kind of killed it. Then it was him and Holly. Then they kind of killed that. And I'm just like, so I'm looking for because he's helping her with the Christmas tree. Like that's our excitement, really. That's our excitement.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why GH thinks that that's the successful way to get audiences invested in storyline is to get you there and then kill it and then and then bring it back and get you excited again and then kill it and then offer up an alternative and then kill it. And then we're like, no, but this time we mean it. Really? Do you? Because, it doesn't seem like you do. You, so,
So I'm like, I just thought you have Elizabeth there, you have, you know, Chase and all them all with Violet or whatever, they're all trying to find it. I mean, all of it just doesn't excite me. It's not exciting to me at all. Having Lois and not Lois, yeah, Lois and Livia lamenting over the lack of decoration. I'm like, that's exciting. That's what I'm tuning into is that. And somehow magically Cody helps him fix it all.
um, there's part of me though that does enjoy that scene only because of the Olivia Lois friendship.
I
And
want to
it
identify. Yep.
just I'm down to just see the two of them just chatting, talking about, Bensonhurst or whatever. I'm willing to give that. So, for me, that is always so
Okay.
like,
Okay.
I'm willing to give this a little bit of rope just because I enjoy seeing that dynamic on screen. And it's just nice to see that side of Olivia more often, where it is not some kind of Quartermain angst. It is just more Olivia from Bensonhurst, just chatting with a friend and having a good time. Uh, so I do like that, and it does make me miss not having Lois on the show for all this time that Olivia's been on there because I feel like there's just a different side of Olivia that comes out with having Lois around.
Angela, I am in the Christmas spirit. Look, my tree is up. Shit. What more
Yeah.
do you want from me? Anyway, I got Christmas lights over there, and I'm into Christmas. I'm trying. I'm not gonna have no Christmas here. It's gonna be crazy. But the point is, I don't want to turn on TV and watch a faux tree Christmas tree farm and have all the action happen in front of it. It just does nothing for me. I mean, I guess if I could do anything positive, Frank, having Lois talk about the old days, but made me feel like those were better. So I get
Yes.
depressed again. Like, oh yeah, Reggie and Reginald. Like, where did that actor was like that actor was like an improv actor stuff. I mean, he was a great guy. I'm like, yeah, about him and all the cue running around and all this. I'm like, yeah, I wish that was how it was today.
Agreed. It is hard not to listen to that conversation and not make you long for,
Yeah,
the 90s of
yes,
really just peak Quartermain shenanigans on that show.
exactly. It was the bomb back then. That was the whole thing. And even when Homegirl was doing it, who played the whatever Nader or whatever, Alice, she was good too.
Yeah.
They had some good ones. I mean, Yuri's whatever at this point, and I guess Cody's the other guy on the set. I mean, like it's fine, but like, I mean, a lot of you guys said they enjoyed the. I mean, they're not bad scenes. I just was not excited about anything. I was just like, I am missing what I am missing on this show. There are several things I'm missing, but one is excitement.
Yeah.
I everybody's just kind of at a certain level. It seems like right now, there's no excitement. It was like
Uh,
everybody's just like, Frank, if I want to watch real life, I'll just live my life.
yeah, no, I agree. I mean, having a scene with Lois and Ned, while it was great to see the two of them together, it was I did at least like Lois, name checking or putting Ned in his place about his irritation about
Oh yeah,
Michael making stuff happen. And it's like, yes, this is I don't know why they're writing Ned like this. He's so weird. I
yes.
just wish I'm enjoying having Lois back because it is nice to hear she does have the connection to the 90s Quartermains, and she's able to bring all that with her, which is fantastic. She knows the lay of the land in the Q mansion, and that's great to have her perspective on the family dynamics brought in. And she knows these characters, the characters know her, so that's already jumpstart scenes with a variety of characters like her and Tracy butting heads. Great. Love to see it. Uh I just wish that she had more to do. She had like a real. I know she's only here a limited time, and it's a shame. But I just wish that even with limited time, they still give her a meatier story than just as much as I like the scenes of her and Olivia chatting. I need something. Give her something more to do. And just make this appearance, worth its while for story and for the viewers.
You can bring someone short term and give them a good story. That's very possible. I agree with you, Frank. So I just yeah, and we know she's here for. She's not. I was told she's not here for a major story. So
Yeah.
I'm like, then why bring her on? I mean, like, I don't.
Yeah, because I mean, look at what Holly that was such a crash and burn, which was such a shame.
I agree. I totally agree. Um, so I don't know. I'm just like, I need some movement and some excitement in my
Okay.
soap opera. I need some explosiveness. I need something where I'm like running home every day to watch this show. And right now, I'm crawling home to watch the show. Like I'm not even like getting hurt. I'm like, oh, I'll get there one day. And I literally watching the show last. I watch all four soaps. I'm literally watching this one last,
Yeah.
and it has been for the last couple of weeks for me. It's like, okay, it's not horrendous, but it's not exciting. It's like just blah. It's just the whole week. I'm just like, okay, 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 okay. I mean, another scene that was decent, but yeah, I just didn't need it. Was the Martin Alexis Finn scene, a fake trial?
Yeah.
But again, it makes me reminds me why Alexis should be an attorney and not fucking running a paper. It just made me feel that.
Yeah. I am I am I am down for changes that are kind of permanent on a soap. Like, whether it's, Jason Cordeman becoming Jason Morgan. And and then there are times that you want a change to be permanent because you just want to see the ramifications of a permanent change and how it affects story and these characters. And then there are the changes that are just transient, that are great for the moment. It can activate story and different beats and stuff, but you just know, like, I'm good with this just for the short term. For example, Curtis in a wheelchair, or Sunny in a wheelchair, or something like that, where it's just great for a little bit, but you're like, I don't need to see this forever. Uh, so I don't know, the Alexis as a former attorney slash now running a newspaper. I am I am down with if they really drill deep into that, and the show really hasn't. It just because again, I guess because of cast size, it just I mean, we can't even get the focus on Quartermain business. How are they gonna focus on Invader business? But if they really wanted
Right.
to, they could drill deeper in there to kind of show us why even though Alexis is not a lawyer and she loves it and she'll always love it and it's in her blood, but she can't be it, she still has another outlet to successfully crusade for justice as she sees it. Uh, you know, but I just feel like that it's kind of a bummer. So all we get now are these scenes that just, kind of remind you, at least right now, it's like, wouldn't it be better if she was still just a lawyer? That's the way.
Exactly.
Because I just feel like since the show has not really done enough to sell me, I'm like, it's great that she's here in the Invader, and this is why it's important to have this character in this position on this show right now. So now, yeah, I watch those scenes and go like, yeah, I rather would have seen Diane and Alexis going up on trial together, going head to head. Martin against Diane will be fine. I'm always a fan of Michael D. Knight. Let's give him stuff to do for sure, but it's not going to have the inherent juiciness that a Alexis versus Diane trial would have.
You know. Yeah, I'm just Um, yeah, Finn. Oh my god, I know. A lot of fans are over Finn. They're over Finn and over the character, and I don't mind the character itself. I just don't give a crap about him and Elizabeth. I mean, okay. I mean, they killed that one too for me.
Yeah.
So I guess they're together. Okay. I mean, okay. Not against it, not for it, nothing
Yeah.
for it.
I don't know. It's a shame though, because I feel like that's the worst type of feeling to have towards a coupling is just ambivalence.
Right,
Like you want to
right.
feel like, oh, these people definitely don't need to be, should be together. Because one person is doing something to the other or whatever. There's something you're like rooting for them to break up. And then the other ones, you're just excited to have them together. You're like, yes, I enjoy these characters together. I enjoy their dynamic. But when you have two characters together, you're just like, whatever. Okay. So, sure. That's disappointing. Because how are you supposed to get anybody excited about anything that happens with those characters then?
Right. Then he also, everybody else, I guess people when we talk about this, I mean, again, didn't we do whatever. Spencer says goodbye to Ace and Esme.
I
That
don't.
giant stroller.
Oh, it's just. I guess Spencer's going through some stuff, but it's just so crazy to me that it's like he is merely moving blocks away. That is it.
Yep. Yep.
It is. I just Spencer. The way they're writing Spencer is just like this. He sees it as like see Esme is going across country or to another continent with Ace. It's like no, 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 just a few blocks away. That's it. You're still gonna see him. You're still gonna be able to hang out with him. It's just you're not living with him, and that is the difference. I just I don't. It frustrates me the way they're writing Spencer in this, and that it's like yeah that he needs Trina or anybody else to kind of tell him like this is weird, right? You understand this? Like I don't know. I don't know. It's just frustrating to me to watch.
I need to help you. You don't need to help me. I got to figure this out on my own. I got to figure this out. I agree with her. She got to figure it out. It's like let them go. Shoot, let them go. It's like it's either it's showing his immaturity or something. And why he's so whiny over this, and like I think because I know he has abandonment issues. I get that part, but you're right. It's so written over the top. It's like even the cat, even the other actors, other characters, like, come on, Spencer, it's gonna be okay. It's over the top.
It is. Yeah, it's just and it would be I don't know. I guess it'd be one thing, but he still has Laura, where at the end of it has this rock that is Laura, that is not moving from has not moved from him. When he broke his leg skiing, she took a lot of time off and hung out with him in France.
Yep.
So it's like it's not yes abandoned by your father, which does sting for sure, but you still have your grandmother. You are not. You have a family unit. Is it the ideal version that you would want? No, but it is there and it is solid. So it's just like for him to be like, oh, it's Ace. The Ace is a bit much for me.
It's a bit much. It's just too much. And Trick comes in, hugs him, and the whole thing. I'm like, okay, I mean, it just is whatever. I'm just like, I felt nothing during those scenes. I felt nothing, and I felt nothing during any of those scenes. I'm like, okay,
I yes, I guess that's how teens would be or young adults.
right, I guess,
The way
right,
that the way that Trina just pieced out on Daddy and Curtis at the tree farm. I
Yep.
was like, what? What? That I was like,
Just that's it. Okay, got it.
yeah,
Okay. Well,
something
you
that
were
was
into
so
the
important.
family thing, and all of a sudden you were gone. Okay, well, panic. Okay.
Or she got that. We got that text, and it was just, I'm out. Bye. I gotta go. Like, what? I'm fine with her leaving, but just like, is that how you're just gonna leave you're gonna ghost your family right there? Did you catch Taggart in the
And
back where
here's
he's watching
something.
through the trees and he was drinking from this flask? Did you see that? Did you see that little bit of Taggart
We
just kind of
wish.
peeking?
We wish. We wish. We didn't see that. We wish. That should he should have been back there. He should have been back there doing that. We wish. And also, I mean, like you said, Indira goes, does Spencer really have his grandmother? Well, she does. He does. He does. He does. She loves her grandson. She has him. But she's being nice to Esme. And I keep trying to tell you guys, I think she's being nice to Esme to be in touch with her other grandson. I
Yeah.
think she's being nice to her because she has to, so she can keep in touch with him.
I mean, what would be the point of just alienating Esme? Esme's got the ones with all the parental rights.
Right. Right.
So,
So it's like, yes, Esme just done wrong before, but right now, um,
but it is interesting though that Laura, because of Ace, will extend a lot more kindness, even though she's always verifying, like with Alexis about like how Esme's doing, but she will extend her a lot more kindness because of Ace towards Esme than she will towards Cyrus, her own brother.
yeah, I don't know. I just feel like that's just kind of what's happening. Everybody's like, I know you guys all hate Esme. I know everybody's upset and we hate it. And they have, it's just right now, she's on the show. She is on the show, and that's it. They're not giving it for any time. Esme's on the show right now, not giving it for yet. But the pacing is so bad, is that something should have come up by now.
Yeah.
Um, Anthony's in here. I love Frank's hat. Hi, Anthony. Fellow voice actor on JLJ Media. He like Anthony Chipazzi. He's like he loves Frank's hat.
Thank you, buddy.
um, yes. But no, I just think it's the actress is on the show. So she ain't going nowhere, but the pacing's so bad, something should have happened by now
I
if they were
agree.
going to do it. Again, it's the pacing. It's the pacing. I will buy any story if you give me good pacing, good stuff. I would do it. I'd be in it.
Yeah.
If you give me good writing and good pacing, I'd buy stuff. I'd buy it.
And I feel like if that's the case, you're also more forgiving of a bad storyline. If you know the show is cranking through stories at a good pace, if there's going to be clunkers, not everything is going to be hitting at 100%. But if something is hitting at, like 60 and you're like, yeah, this is a storyline. But if you know the pacing's on point, you know it's only going to be a little bit. Like, all right, I'll deal with this for like the next 3 4 weeks because I know we're going to get to the next beat, which hopefully I'll like more. But when it's dragged out this long, you're just like, oh man, is there any
Yeah,
hope
it
that
is.
the story will get better?
So now she's all about, she's a good worker and she's this and she's that. Okay. But we need, again, there's no excitement. We need something. There's no excitement.
Yeah, and who knows how much of this is dependent on uh Nicholas Chavez's status, what he's doing.
Right. Yeah, there's that too. We don't know when he's gonna start filming the other series. We have no idea all that stuff. We don't know yet. I haven't seen any announcements. So I'm just like, okay, well, let's just. I mean, it is what it is. I don't know.
Yeah, because I mean,
But
they had to. Yeah, because if they had to, the with everything else on hold, he could still act on GH, but he couldn't do the Menendez show. But they still, so they had to, GH had to kind of just spin their wheels for the longest time while that got settled. Maybe we're getting now to starting that, so it'll set up a spot where he can go and leave to do that.
yeah, I don't know. I just don't. I'm just like, ugh, yeesh. It's just again, it's not an exciting storyline. I need something to happen. I need something to happen. I need something to happen.
I know for you though this week, I am sure as somebody who's a Zoom aficionado and has run many of your own things, that you
Yes.
wish you could have been on one of the people joining Cody and Sasha's Zoom for the deception.
Again, the way they're pushing this story. Okay, number one, I want to say for the record, I'm glad Sasha's getting a break. I mean, for the actress and for her. I mean, like that bitch went through a lot of stuff over the last couple of years. Like seriously, unrelenting. Like Homegirl went through so much in the last like couple of years. I'm actually happy that she gets like a light storyline on some level. I'm sure she's happy too. A little break. However, comma, as my talking twin would say, Tony Moore, this ain't it for me. Um, her and Cody, they have chemistry. I don't problem with them. They're chemistry. However, comma, also again, this is the storyline for me. I'm not excited. I don't really give a shit. I don't care. Um, okay.
Uh, yeah, I mean, at some point we still need to see a Sasha and Cyrus bump in, which we have yet to get. So, I feel like maybe they want to keep having some more nice scenes with Sasha and get her Sasha, get her in a really upbeat, fun place, and then drop the hammer that is Cyrus at the PC Grill. Uh, the other thing that was weird to me though in that scene was Felicia coming in. Just that whole scene, the way it was constructed. Oh, I just want to let you know James is okay. Like, huh? What? What? Why didn't you give me any sort of shoot me a text, mom? Just so I'm don't just spring this out of the blue on me. But the way Cody like really he pulled a Spencer there, got really overly invested in the status
Yes.
of James. But is James okay? Huh? Like, geez, Louise, Cody, you can dial that down. Take that from a 10 to about like a 3. It's okay. Yes,
Um,
your family that has not revealed his true family status, but that doesn't mean you need to overact this much.
Chartreuse Owl says, just got here. Is Frank hiding more emails in his hat?
Yes, that's why this hat is so big. It is filled with all of them.
And he go, whatever chemistry Sasha and Cody have is being ruined by them being forced together. Yeah, I mind them being together. I think it was starting to really work, but they're really forcing this deception thing in there, and as to make to make that a reason they should be together. They have other reasons why they should be together. Deception is not even. He's not a model. He doesn't want to be a model. It's so awkward and forced. It's like I don't. I mean, it just it's I just it's just like they were doing fine. You're drawing them together. It was fine. I actually liked the storyline. It was going fine. We didn't need to do all this.
But yeah, but that's how GH is. They will throw in these unnecessary speed bumps, which is Sasha San Dakota. It's like, I do care about you, but I'm also still processing all the stuff that happened with Liam and Brando and me almost dying in Ferncliff from the psycho doctor. Uh, so them going like, oh, but the drama will be now that she wants time to herself, but they can't because they're together because of deception. Ooh, get ready, everybody. Ugh, no,
And
thanks.
Sandra, I don't because Sandra said, here's what Sandra says in the chat. Maxie's money problems made sense this week when Lucy reminded them, the audience, that she, Sasha, and Maxie were not drawing salaries. They did that to keep their employees paid. Chandra, that's not exciting television. That could have been told in one scene and let's move on with our issues. To me, it's still the most boring shit on earth. Again, if I want to see real life and money issues, I'll look at my own. I'll look at my own checkbook. I don't need to like see a show about that and have scene after scene about it. Her, and I don't think that my life. You're living in this nice lighthouse. I'm so that was not exciting. Again, I don't mind stories where there's some excitement and regular. excitement. I need a balance. And right now, to me, it's all on the boring side. It's all just boring. It's just not. I mean, that doesn't make me want to turn on TV and watch a show. It just doesn't.
For me, James, yeah, I like to be in alignment with you as much as possible. I just like, it's we're always better when we're together.
Together.
For this though, I will say, you know, GH, give me more of Maxie's financial woes. I want to see scenes of Maxie doing some TurboTax, trying to figure out what she can itemize as a deduction,
Oh, you said
what she can't.
TurboTax.
Yeah, give me those TurboTax. I want that. I want, let me see it. Maxie, you're my person now.
Oh my, oh my god, that is hilarious. Like, I didn't say I was excited. I just had a revelation. I would have let my mother write that check. Okay, me too. Thanks, Benita. I'll take that help. I'm just like, it's just like Cody does better with an alpaca. I know. I'm just like, I'm not. I'm just saying. I don't mind. We have stories like that, sure, but I need something to balance it out. Like it's like if that's all I'm getting is a talking scene, a talking scene, a talking scene, a talking scene. I have excitement, folks. I'm sorry. I'm only gonna be on this earth like another couple of years. I need some exciting stuff to happen before I go. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I'm getting older. I'm getting older by the minute. I need more stuff.
I need Maxie right there at like a table, dumping out her bags of receipts from the
Oh
year
my god,
and
that's
sorting them.
that's my job, Frank. My other job is an organizer. That's my other job. I don't want to see that on TV. Shit. Maxie's debating selling the Colonel's recipe in desperation.
Absolutely. That's you give me I swear I would love
That's Frank's
GH
dream.
forever
That's
if
Frank's
they
dream.
did any sort of follow-up on Maxie having the Colonel's secret recipe. Oh,
That's Frank's dream. That's Frank's wet dream. If they found
yes.
that recipe and mentioned it on air, Frank will
Oh,
seriously jump for joy. I will if it happened while we were off. I would say we got to do an emergency show so that Frank can just you guys how excited he is about that. That is hilarious.
oh,
Yes, Frank has mentioned that thing since it went off the air. You mentioned that shit since it went off the air.
absolutely. I would finally be able to use that Leonardo DiCaprio gif from
Oh, yes,
where he's just sitting up and pointing. I would finally be able
yes.
to have a
You'll be
reason
able
to
to,
use
I'm
that.
going to use it. I know. Oh, Shauna says she can't afford TurboTax. She'll be using Quicken from 1996.
Oh, see, give me
Quicken.
that. I'm fine.
Oh my God. See, Frank wants to see that. I don't want to see that shit. No, I don't want to see that in her nice house. Well, you should have moved if you got no money.
Yeah, I want Felicia coming over. Maxie, what about TurboTax? This is what's so great about the software. It does this, this, and this for
Oh
me.
my
Give me
God.
that. Give me that stuff.
That is hilarious. That is hilarious. I just say that you said TurboTax. I'm like, oh my God. Not H&R Block. You said TurboTax.
That's right.
Not Liberty Tax you have in LA. Not Liberty Tax, but TurboTax. I'm just like, I mean, yeah. I just see because Sasha's money woes made sense because of Gladys, but see they only took a minute for that and moved on. I don't need a whole episode on Maxie's money woes and she can't put together a shelving unit or whatever, or a desk. I don't need that to me. It's not exciting at all. But I know it led to Felicia at the end. I get it. It led to her. Oh, sorry, people at home. It was me staring into space, her reminiscing all the times Cody said stuff. I know it's leading to that he's basically the uncle. Like he's basically gonna be her brother, so to speak. I mean, I get it. I totally get where it's leading to.
But that scene, I know we talked about it last week too, but also bugging me in the sense like I think we've passed the point now in 2023, soon to be 2024, where it's like we get the gag of like, oh, I bought this thing from IKEA slash whatever popular kind of, huge furniture store you may have in Port Charles. And I can't figure out how to build this. Like, okay, we get that joke already. It's like for
Right,
Max's first instinct to be like, it's got to go back. Like, no, no, no. You just guess, ask somebody for help. That's all you got to do. Ask somebody if you're having a tough time. Why aren't you thinking about Cody or anybody else, or just hire a person from the shop that will come over and build it for you? Like you can have IKEA already pre-build it and ship it over. It's a little cost a little bit more, but it's done for you. So I don't know. Like that's get out of here.
Yeah, it was again. It's lazy. It's lazy writing. It's forced. There's like you don't have to make the characters stupid. You don't have to do that. Like Maxi's very resourceful and like a planner. Like yeah, should have somebody just do it for it. You get Task Rabbit, or they can call it Task Bunny or something, and for $10, it's like I mean, like it's like you don't have to make her stupid,
Yeah.
or silly. I mean, Maxie, yes, she's a little silly sometimes, but like that was too silly for me.
Yeah, you're a wedding planner on the side. You know what it's like working with vendors and getting people to make stuff happen. Come on, Maxie, you
Right,
could get that desk built.
right.
But credit card debt, the TurboTax, that's the stuff. Drill deeper, GH. Drill deeper.
I rather watch. What would I rather watch? 'Cause right now, there ain't nothing I'd rather watch. That I can use as an example.
Okay, James, would you be more jazzed if you could get great pace and exciting storytelling, but the only reason that that was happening is because they brought Peter back?
I don't know why you chose violence this afternoon, Frank. At Christmas time, I don't understand why you chose violence. I don't understand why. I don't understand why he brought the gun out and he's pointing it at. And he just shot me. He just literally shot me. Now, I thought we were friends, Frank. I don't understand. I don't understand why you would even utter his name, the name that should not be mentioned. I feel like Whoopi Goldberg on a View, you know who. She always says that Trump is you know who. She's never. I was like, Frank said the name, and I can't believe you just said it to me. That's just kind of rough. Um, I probably stop watching the show if that happens. To tell you the truth, so no, I wouldn't rather have that.
All right.
Like, it's not even the lesser of two evils. It's just two evils. Period. Yes, Joy Jensen, Frank. Why would you put that out in the universe? We all blame you if this somehow happens. Exactly.
But if it leads to a well-paced show with great
No,
story,
no, no. I'm no. I don't accept that whatsoever, Frank Moran. Don't accept it. I don't accept it. I don't accept it. I
all right.
rebuke it. But that's not going to happen. Frank just lost his mind. The hat squeezes. Frank just lost his mind for a second. It's not going to happen in the universe. What else? I think I'm missing. Oh. We knew this was going to happen. We knew it. Again, dumb story, lazy storytelling. They asked Christina to be the surrogate. Okay.
I don't know what was going on behind the scenes that led them to this, but it was like I rather would have just we could have eliminated all that tension and nonsense between Molly and Christina back then and just gotten to the
Yeah,
storyline then. I don't know what that what them butting heads served. Uh
I agree.
it did nothing because it was also hand waved away by the show. I was like, oh no, they made it off camera. Don't worry. Everything's great now. And then we get to this scene. Like, why wasn't this just the first thing out? So I don't know
I
why
agree.
GH pulled this on there. But yeah, but all it did was serve to just kill it when this does happen. Like, not that I was invested in it, but at least you knew where it was going. And it's like, okay, fine, we're just doing this. But now we had this pull up and down, now this reunion, now we're back to where they should have been. Eh, okay. So I guess maybe now it's because of Blaze and Christina. And, does how involved would you want to be with somebody that's being a surrogate for their sister? Is that too much of a thing to handle in a new relationship? I don't know.
And I just care so less.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't mean, I'm just like, okay, this whole Sergey storyline, I'm not connected to it whatsoever. It's not.
No, I mean, and surrogacy is an issue for
Right.
many people in this
Yes,
country.
yes.
So it would be great to like if you wanted to tell a great surrogacy storyline and the gift of what somebody can and offer someone else, fantastic. Uh, you know, but we see the characters so little that we're not really going to get that.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, okay, okay. Let's see. I think I'm missing something else. Is there anything else? I want to make sure I catch all the little tidbits.
Uh, yeah, I mean, I guess, well, we already talked a little bit about Adam, but him throwing Jocelyn under the bus was
He sure
great.
did to his dad. And she was like, I don't like that. Like, we're doing that again. She got all gangster. We're doing that again. Mhm. I was like, okay. But he's taking those little pills or whatever. So, and
Ugh,
he's doing a good job. And actually, I'm curious to see where this goes a little bit. I'm actually kind of curious to see where this goes because clearly it's not an Adam Josh togetherness thing. It's seriously it's a friend in trouble, and she's playing that role. I think friend in trouble.
yeah. But I also feel like, GH, please don't drag this out. I can't see the same kind of
Right,
beats of Adam
right,
getting freaked out on a test. It's like, great, you got to move it to the next level.
right. I agree. I agree with that, but I don't know how they fast they're gonna do that.
Yeah. I mean, because you've already escalated once where he needed to go to the hospital. So
Yes,
is the next time that he's actually fully admitted because he's in some kind of, you
right,
know, OD/coma state, and then we see the
right.
parents come in, you know, but
Oh, almost forgot this. Tracy's coming home. She's on the plane first. Looks at a picture of her and Luke's wedding with Tony Gary in there, and starts crying. And then she puts her hat on and glasses so you can see her, and she arrives home just in time to say everything's a mess in terms of the
uh
house.
I did love her crying hat. Wasn't enough just to put the sunglasses on.
Yeah,
Gotta, yeah, because that, as I said, as I watched that, it's like, because that'll make it less obvious.
yeah,
Uh,
exactly. That's her
you
lamb.
you really blend in. Nobody, you won't draw
Yes,
any attention with that hat.
yes. Um. So yeah, I
But
mean,
I guess the interesting though is that I mean, Bobby is still alive as of right now.
yes, they mentioned her,
Yeah.
Carly, and it's about the grandma. So I was told they're a way for the writer's strike to be over and to have a specific writer write the story. Who knew the writer knew her, knew the character, knew her stuff. And I'm okay with that actually. That's fine with me. I want a good ending. Barbara Jean Spencer deserves a good send off. So that's so I think that's what I want a good send off. I want a good send off. So I'm hoping that they do it justice. I'll wait. That's fine. I'll wait. I have no problem with that. People get upset. I'm like, I know you get upset, but we had a strike going on.
Yeah.
I would rather the actual writers do it.
Agreed. Um, and if we're in a world where Luke is, at least until the writers change their mind or Anthony Geary changes his mind, he's dead.
Yeah,
I do like anytime that we can get see like, the how that makes Tracy feel. So there's those bits of just her looking at that photo and feeling crushed. I'm down
yeah.
for it. But I'm also down for her getting back, and if they would love to do this Gregory Tracy potential thing would
Yeah.
be amazing. But
Yeah. I agree. I will see what happens. He's walking with the cane now.
oof,
The cane. Um, but he was hanging out with was it Alexis or whatever? I don't know
yeah.
who he was hanging out with. Yeah, and they ran to Diane. They run different sides of this, and Finn and the. Yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind that there's a storyline about malpractice. It's a hospital. We need some hospital storylines. I just don't care. We don't know the person who's suing. We don't have no feelings for it. I'm completely detached.
Yeah, which is a shame. If we were, just, you know, something that could have been planted a little earlier. Didn't see a lot, but at least something that would make people go like, oh yeah, that happened back at this time in the show, and Finn had this stuff going on. Maybe they do have a point, or maybe they
Right.
don't. But at least we're a little bit more invested in this. Um, and Finn's, whether his inner demons or his inner conflict about this, like, oh, maybe I should have, but I was so distracted with this, could be more fuel for scenes. But we, it's all happening in a vacuum, and so we have no frame of reference for any of this, and it just sucks all the energy out of these scenes.
I agree. Anything else? Or do we get it all, kids?
Yeah, I think because I feel like all we care about in those scenes, or we care about more about the Martin and Diane and the trial of it than we care about anything about like Finn and the personal
Yeah,
ramifications of it.
I don't care.
Yeah. I mean, Sunny, there wasn't much of Sunny, I don't think this
No,
week.
not really.
Yeah.
There was no, there was really no Nina either. Not really this week. Or
Yeah,
Ava.
I mean, we did at least get, a replay of the great scene when she calls Martin and says, "Just keep my name out of it, but I want you to know, I want the SEC to know it was Carly, but just don't let him know it was me." Okay, just own it, Nina. Own it.
Own it. Well, that's it, kids. Nothing else to say about our favorite soap opera.
What a way to
uh,
end 2023 on. There you go.
2023. I mean, Frank, it's been a long year. It's been a long year, and we're coming out of it finally to go into another long year because it's election year next year, in 2024. So if you're in America, good luck, everybody.
All right. As we're wrapping up here, I will then ask you a couple questions, James Hunt Jr.
Okay, so that's become a question, he said, folks. Sure.
All right. As we end 2023, which character on GH was your MVP?
Sasha.
Oh, nice. All right.
Yeah,
Uh,
I mean, that actress did so, they put her through so much. I mean, she was great. I think she's the MP. I mean, just in terms of they gave her lots of storyline this year, and she really did. Ooh, we went through it. So yeah,
I also put out your least valuable player.
everybody has no. He's valuable player. There's so many to choose from Michael to Willow to. I mean, it's just I can't even pick one. I'm like, there's just so many that I'm like, oh, that they just wasted. I would say Michael.
All right. And then one character that you would love to see more of in 2024.
See more of. I want more Ava. I want Ava back. I want Ava back to who she was. I want Ava back the way she was.
Uh,
Cutting bitches down. I miss my Ava in front and center.
Agreed. I would love to see some more of that. I'm a killer. Don't mess with me, Ava Jerome. Back. It'd be nice.
That's right. I want her back.
One story moment you definitely want to see in 2024.
Any story moment. What story moment I want to see in 2024? They're all tagged. Oh, they're answering in chat. Um, I don't know. It's a good question. I don't. That's a very good question. I don't know what I want to see. It's one thing I want to see in 2024. I'm not sure, Deja. I can't say because I'm not sure. Is there one you want to see more of in 2024?
I would. Yeah, they teased it with us. But I would love to see Curtis as a WSB guy. Let's
Oh, okay.
pass it on to another generation. Uh,
I like that.
yeah. I mean that or having Emma come in as a regular.
Yeah,
Those are two things I would love to see in 2024.
those are good. Those are good.
There you
I
go.
don't know. Yeah, no, I know that. Other than that, I'm like, I'm not. That's a good question. I'm not sure what I want to see. A good question. I don't know.
Mm.
I just want to live. I want to live.
Ah.
Let's survive. I want nobody getting hurt next year. I want everybody to be good. So that's what I want. That's what I want in 2024. They had a lot of deaths in this show too. Like this show too. So let's have a good year. I want a strong. They're going into their 61st year. I want a strong 61st year. That's what I want.
Yeah. One other thing I throw out is like, give me more Kevin Collins. Just give.
Yeah,
Let's have him have some storyline that kind of at least matters a little bit. I would
yeah.
love it.
I totally agree. I totally agree. We'll be back in mid-January, folks. That's the deal. Stay tuned for JLJ Media to see if I go to the Emmys or not. You'll find out. I'll let you guys know if I go or not. this week. I have like 4 days to figure this out. But yes, we'll be back in January of 2024 in a minute, and we'll be doing all kinds of stuff next year, talking about the show. We'll try to get some guests, and who knows? We'll see what happens next year. We live.
Oof, it's like we're like bears going into our hibernation, and
A
we'll emerge in
hibernation.
January.
I got my AARP card yesterday, so I'm taking that with me, and I'm going to go into hibernation. They sent it to me. I was like, "Oh, great! I'm old," and then I'll come back out in my 50s. I'm in my 50s already. I'll be 55. Ugh. So yes, next year. So yes,
But you can get great travel discounts, maybe.
travel discounts and sometimes shopping discounts and food.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I'm going to use it, I guess, or something. But yes, we'll be back, folks. We will be back. Frank, if they want to follow you during the holidays, where should they follow you?
Follow me on Twitter and or X and Instagram at Happy Go Jackie. And
Next, the platform formerly known as Twitter.
yes, and fingers crossed that that emergency show will happen, James. I would love to be able to talk about the Colonel's secret recipe more.
That I know that will be the Bears meet the Lions. All things are possible.
Get out of here. Well, all right.
I've
Well,
said that. She's back there, so
uh,
we have the Lions. Oh yes, and where are we ending on your emails for these folks out? These fine folks.
oh gosh, yes, sir.
This is the it was an email. It was an email. I said, I remember, guys. I remember this time. I got it. I got it.
We're ending 2023 at
259 530. You guys, 2595. That's almost 300,000. Okay, yes, that's where he's at right now.
look at that. I mean, we're over the halfway point, James. We're on the road to 300K.
That's something else, kids. That's something else. And you can follow me. We're all James Lott Jr. sold at James Lott Jr. on all social media platforms. Anybody's watching later, thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting. This is one of my number one shows of all time around here. Thank you so much. They beat them 28-13.
Oh, well, look at that.
See, look at that. It's that big hat.
That's great. There you go. Probably because of this hat. There's all this fan thing coming for him. All right.
It's hilarious.
But I don't want I don't want them winning at this point. As much as I love them, because they stink so much. They really need some big changes next season. So keep losing, so they're forced to make bigger changes. You give them a win here and there, they're thinking something's working, and they're going to stick with it. Don't stick with it.
That's hilarious. Like the Browns, like the Browns. They started winning one year. Like, oh my god, the Browns are winning. Yes, there's no anymore. But we love you guys. We'll see you guys next year, or you see us online doing stuff. We love you guys.